Now, all of us have been asking ourselves, why is it that no team has gone ahead to make a bid for Moises Caicedo, with close to 4 teams lined up to really pursue Moises Caicedo as their next player next season? None of those have really gone ahead to really launch a bid to sign Moises Caicedo. And today, Fabrizio Romano, while appearing on the That's Football YouTube channel, has gone ahead and revealed to us exactly why this is not happening. And again, Jacob's Ben has gone ahead to add more attention to detail onto what Fabrizio Romano has gone ahead to say, and obviously we are going to bring you more about Palhinha, one of those players that Arsenal have been attracted to because of the decent season has gone ahead to have at Fulham. And lastly, we discuss Emile Smith Rowe. Fabrizio Romano confirming to us again that he's untouchable. Mikel Arteta believes he's the player that he is going to unshell this season to see to it that he gets back to those levels that he was with at before the season of 2022-2023. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where you're watching us from? Third video of the day. I think we're enjoying a marathon and we are still going, and I think we're having 3 more videos to go, so just keep yourself onto this channel. Thank you for really helping me hit 14,000 subscribers, and let's continue subscribing. If at all you've not yet subscribed, or you always watch us in and you've not subscribed, you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time we upload a video onto this YouTube channel. Now, Arsenal is really one of those teams that you have to go on and really look like they want to go ahead and obviously do something or replicate something that City has been doing for some good years. Because of Pep Guardiola being at City for close to 8 years, he has been able to win a treble for the very first time in history for Manchester City. They have won doubles, but they had never won a treble. And Man City went in, and Liverpool went in for a quadruple last season of 2021-2022, but they only won a Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. They never touched any of the big trophies, the Champions League and the Premier League. Now, when you look at Mikel Arteta and the signings want to make, Moises Caicedo is one of those. He wants to reinforce his midfield with talent, intensity, energy, and adrenaline. So he believes that getting in Moises Caicedo and Declan Rice will be a very good addition to Arsenal's midfield, and obviously we all believe so. Now, Arsenal are the team that went ahead to put in the first bid, a bid of £70 million to Brighton, calling in for the services of Moises Caicedo, and they really said no. And all along, we've been asking ourselves, why is it that Arsenal is going in for Declan Rice first, yet there is a player they had already agreed personal terms with in January, talked to the agent, that is Moises Caicedo, and they're not going in for him now. We now know why Arsenal aren't going in for the player in the names of Moises Caicedo, and the reason has been given and it's up on the screen. Fabrizio Romano via the football, it's called the football, That's Football YouTube channel. He has gone ahead and really told us that clubs are waiting for Brighton to decide on the final price for Caicedo. From what I understand, it could be close to £80 million. Chelsea and Arsenal are there. Chelsea are working behind scenes on this deal, but nothing has been agreed or advanced. So, as it stands right now, it's all about Brighton. This deal has been delayed because of Brighton. That's it. If Brighton came up and obviously put up what we call their price and they named it, then teams will be willing to hurry up and go in for the Ecuadorian international. But as it stands, it's all about Brighton coming out and revealing to Arsenal that this is the match that we want you to pay. That's why you've not had anything concerning a bid as far as Moises Caicedo is concerned. But for Declan Rice, we all know that this week is really going to be so much important for them to find themselves in a situation, obviously getting a bid from Arsenal. So Arsenal preparing the first bid of Declan Rice, and most of you would have thought that the easy player to get would have been Moises Caicedo because he's attracted onto the move to come in and play to Arsenal, all for Arsenal, and Chelsea, that are really the real competitor of Arsenal, aren't playing in the Champions League. That could have given them a very huge advantage ahead of them, because Arsenal in the Champions League. Moises Caicedo wants to be playing the Champions League, doesn't want to go to Chelsea, a team that is struggling. So you might find yourself in a situation of really happening. Fabrizio Romano further enlightened that, but nothing has been agreed or advanced, though Chelsea is really working onto this deal. So let no one come here and lie to you that Moises Caicedo to Arsenal or Moises Caicedo to Chelsea is advanced. It's not advanced. Nothing has been really seen into the right way of an agreement, but the fact is the two teams are really working on this transfer, but they're waiting for Brighton to tell them the realistic valuation of Moises Caicedo. Then Jacobs Ben came in through and obviously threw in something that coincided with what Fabrizio is going to hate to say. Jacobs Ben told us that Brighton will let Caicedo leave, even though he only just signed a new contract and are braced for offers, despite £100 million being touted in January. The feeling is fee will be lower. Those close to him still believe that Real Madrid paid. Those who are close to him still believe that Real Madrid paid for Aurelien Tchouameni should be the yardstick, and that was 80 million euros. 80 million euros, that's like 72 million pounds in there for you. So obviously Fabrizio Romano has talked about 80 million pounds. This man is talking about 80 million euros. So you really anticipate that some magic might unfold on the day to say to it that the guy is going to be sold. And that is all about Moises Caicedo. Moises Caicedo is still young, 21 to 22 years of age, and if at all a team really gets him in, it's going to be a real bargain that they're going to hate to make, because he's talented. Just 20, 21 years of age. He's going to make 22 this year, and I think they are really interested in him. Now, there is a player that Arsenal have gone ahead to really get attracted to, though we don't know whether there is progress or not, and this has been revealed to us by a former Fulham goalkeeper, that is Max Schwarzer, and he's talking about Palhinha. Palhinha is a player that was signed from Portugal, and he is in here at Fulham doing wonders. And Max Schwarzer said Palhinha had a stellar 2023-2023 season with Fulham, contributing 4 goals, 1 assist, and maintaining an 83% passing accuracy. His performance has attracted attention from multiple clubs, including Arsenal, Man United, Newcastle, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Tottenham Hotspur. So Palhinha is a player that has gone ahead to win very many huge midfield battles. And remember, when he was in the midfield, as Arsenal was playing Fulham at Emirates, you know how he left it late. Fulham was 1 goal ahead, and obviously Arsenal scored those goals through Martin Odegaard and Gabriel Magalhaes, who had gone ahead to give to Mitrovic in the second half, and obviously they won that game by 2-1. But Palhinha had become a problem for Thomas Partey in that midfield, and in the game that Arsenal played away at Fulham, when they beat them 3-0, in that game Jesus returned and Trossard put up a hat-trick of assists. Palhinha was suspended because he had just gotten another couple of 5 yellow cards. So him being suspended gave Arsenal a smooth ride into that game, but he has gone ahead to put in stellar performances that have gone ahead to attract lots of teams like Arsenal looking for the player. And I understand that he's one of the best CDMs in the Premier League statistically, and he is a joy to watch on the eye. I really understand why he is one of those that Arsenal is attracted to, but I think that will only happen if at all they miss out on Moises Caicedo. I think if at all Arsenal miss out on Moises Caicedo, then they'll go in for Palhinha, because Palhinha gives you loads of things. Going forward is great, and he can play as a CDM and obviously shield the back four very well from being penetrated through. And I think Mikel Arteta has a very good taste of players, and this is another one that I would love to see him signed at my team. I understand he's 27, 28 years of age, but in this era, where Arsenal needs Ilkay Gundogan of 32 years of age, though he's coming in as a free agent, but there's a sign-on fee involved. How do you tell me that a player of 28 years of age who has been among the best 3 CDMs in the league shouldn't be coming at Arsenal? You know? He was at Sporting Lisbon, he was playing in the Champions League, and Arsenal needs experience, and Palhinha can provide them with that experience if at all they need. It's a very good player, and I think with Mark Schwarzer coming out and really pointing on it, that means he has been talking to Fulham, and maybe they've had approaches coming in from those teams, and it shows you that when your team goes in for a player who even other elite teams like Man United, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool are really interested in, just know you are onto the right track, that the player you are really pointing at is really what we call a hot cake. When you look at the top 5 CDMs in the Premier League, I think Casemiro, Rodrigo, that is Rodri of Man City, you get in Palhinha, there comes Moises Caicedo, there comes Declan Rice. So that is the cream de la cream. Now, if at all Arsenal is going to get 2 out of the 5, that will be a very good addition into their midfield, because Thomas Partey, where the team needed him most, capitulated. You know, he capitulated. He looked petulant in all those games. But look at Rodri. You know, that's what makes you world class. That in the final, when they are playing Inter Milan, when they couldn't even create a clear-cut chance, guess who comes through and obviously scores that goal? It was Rodri, way back from the midfield, and he scores. Look at Casemiro. He scores. United needed 2 wins to confirm its Champions League position. The game at Bournemouth, he scores the only goal that gives United the win. And against Chelsea, he scores the most important goal of the game. That is the first goal to give United a lead. You know, so that shows you how good that was, and you need to keep that consistency. And Thomas Partey might not be having those ingredients into his game, and they're going to hate to cost the Arsenal side. So Arsenal looks like they are ready to see themselves into the mix. If at all they miss out onto Moises Caicedo, I think Palhinha is another one being lined up by Mikel Arteta, and I think will be a very good addition to the club of Arsenal. Lastly, as we call it quits from this podcast, it's all about Fabrizio Romano on Emile Smith Rowe. With that, Mikel Arteta is a big fan of the player despite his fitness issues and lack of game time in the season just gone. Now, when you look at Mikel Arteta, he has a lot of belief in Emile Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe was even given a shirt number 10 in respect of what Arteta believes in him. He called for it and it was given to him. We know the players that went ahead to make lots of records, and obviously their flamboyancy at Arsenal was really great. The best of all that I've seen donned into the shirt number 10 of Arsenal is Dennis Bergkamp, and the other one is Mesut Ozil. But Gallas was once given that shirt number and captained Arsenal and cried. But all in all, Emile Smith Rowe is a very decent player that Arsenal would like to keep for a very long time, and Fabrizio is telling us that he's untouchable. Mikel Arteta is a big fan of the player. I'm also a big fan of Emile Smith Rowe. I believe he's one of those talented crop of English players that have gone ahead to bless the world. So, as it stands, Arteta doesn't want to really let Emile Smith Rowe go. And I brought you this story in the previous one I've did about the Declan Rice, Emile Smith Rowe swap deal that Arsenal have gone ahead to rubbish. So, as it stands, Arteta wants to keep Emile Smith Rowe at the club of Arsenal. So guys, thank you very much for watching it through. Tell me your thoughts about Caicedo to Arsenal delay explained. What do you make about it? Now, again, go ahead and tell me the following about Palhinha. Would you really let in Palhinha at Arsenal? And do you think Mikel Arteta has all what it takes to really defend Emile Smith Rowe and say that he's a big fan of him? Rokani David remains my name. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. I'm out. See you later, my lovelies.